Nam Kevalam Baba Nam Kevalam Baba Nam Kevalam Baba Nam Kevalam.
Here we are. Oh, namaskar, everybody. And nice to be with you today for another journey into meditation. Today we are entering the Hiranmaya kosha. There it is. This is the highest layer of the mind, the most subtle layer of the mind, the most sublime part of human experience. It's not such an easy place to reach. We're talking about it today as if you can just open a door and step into the Hiranmaya kosha, but one has to do a lot of spiritual work in order to be able to reach this highest part of human evolution. It's the place where basically one has freed oneself of the load of karma, this cycle of action and reaction. One's able to cleanse oneself of that cycle, to step out of that cycle, to be deconditioned, to shake off all of the impressions of society and culture and parenting, and be one's pure essential self. To be one's pure essential self. And one of the natural characteristics of this part of existence is devotion. And devotion, in this sense, is a deep yearning to become one with the essential nature of the entire universe. We know that like attracts like. So if I'm a materialist, then I'll be attracted to maybe a new car or a new phone. Maybe I want to get a boat I can enjoy the ocean on. My inner yearning will be material because that's my orientation. Here my coach, yearning is going to be for the divine. One will gain exquisite joy from being continuously in that relationship with the essential nature of all existence. So let's look a little bit at devotion, maybe a couple of characteristics of devotion. So one aspect of devotion is dedicated to something, like giving oneself for something. And that could take different forms. There are people who are dedicated to their pet. They'll do everything to make their dog or cat happy. There are people who are dedicated to their job. They sacrifice themselves for everything to do with their work. There are people dedicated to a cause. They will burn up as an activist in order to fight for the well-being of the planet. There are people who are devoted to their spouse. They will do everything to make their spouse happy. So in this sense, there's something very noble about devotion. There's a sense of sacrifice. I give something of myself in order to make the other happy. In the spiritual sense, then, the devotee is giving her or himself to the entire universe. One feels that one is simply a spark of light in the illuminated fire of the universe, and one wants to make sure that the light shines as brightly as possible for the entire universe. The other thing that's important with devotion is that it's a direct experience, and this is the challenge of talking about it. It's not something intellectual, it's not something analytical, it's something lived. A devotee would never say, I'm a devotee. A devotee would never say, I'm looking for devotion. It's simply something that is innate. There's a little story about this whereby there were mangoes falling off mango trees in a mango grove. And there were some academics there, and they were interested in how many mangoes were falling every minute and how many of them split open when they hit the ground. So they were analyzing the falling of these mangoes, and there were devotees there also, and they simply went and ate the mangoes and enjoyed the sweetness of the taste. So this is the devotee. The devotee is participating directly in the manifestation of the beauty of deep consciousness into the world. It's something that is lived all the time. It's embodied, it's personified. It's not something of the mind, it's something that's expressed from a deeper part of the being into the world. And in this case, my own guru has described devotion as the greatest treasure. If there's something that we should be seeking in life, it's not the material comforts, it's not the intellectual abilities. Of course, they are useful in life, but the deepest, biggest treasure is that of spiritual devotion, because it's only that can really give true happiness, a deep sense of joy, a deep sense of purpose. There's a story from Buddhism that's related to devotion, which I think is rather instructional. So it's related to let's say a disciple of the Buddha called Asanga. And Asanga was studying with the young Buddha for 12 long years and not making any progress whatsoever in his meditation practice. And he was really frustrated. He felt that he was wasting his time. So he decided, I'm leaving. This is a waste of my effort. I'm going back. I'm going to find another teacher. So he leaves the company of the Buddha and he sets off seeking something in his mind that would be more instrumental in helping his spiritual progress. Now he comes upon a street dog, and this dog is in a really bad condition. It hadn't eaten in a long time. It had sores all over its body, and even in one of the wounds there were maggots, there were little worms eating away at the flesh. The dog smelt terrible, and the dog growled at Asanga when he approached. Asanga, he felt this tremendous love for the dog, like an unconditional love, even though it was in such a desperate condition and it was threatening him, with these growls. He was moving towards the dog as if he was going to embrace it. And suddenly, the story says that the dog transformed itself into the Buddha. And obviously, Asanga was very shocked by this. And then Asanga got angry at the Buddha. Like, I spent 12 years with you, and those 12 years were a waste of time. I didn't make any spiritual progress at all. And the Buddha said, because you didn't see me, you couldn't find me, because there was no love in your heart. You were analyzing everything with your mind, and your analytical mind was preventing you from realizing Buddhahood. If you had approached me and the practice with the same unconditional love as you approached, then you would have found me, just as now you found me with your love for the dog. If you had such unconditional love at the time of your 12 years of practice, you would have made more progress. So I think this is a very important story, because the devotee is not analyzing. The devotee is accepting everything, the good and the bad, the happy and the sad, the successful and the unsuccessful, the pleasure and the pain. If the devotee is seeing, truly seeing, not just intellectually seeing, but truly seeing with an unconditional love from the heart, truly seeing that everything is an expression of the one divine consciousness that brings life to everything, then for that devotee, whether he or she is in heaven or whether he or she is in hell, it's all the same. Now, this, of course, is an extremely elevated state of mind, whereby one feels that there's absolutely nothing to lose, because everything is divine consciousness. Therefore, what is there to lose? Everything I have or everything I don't have, everything I'm gaining, everything I'm losing, is also the same one supreme consciousness. So there's nothing to be lost, because it's all here all the time anyway. So it sounds so beautiful, right? It sounds so liberating. It sounds so freeing. If your house burns down, you laugh. Now, we're not like that, obviously. None of us are in that state of enlightenment where even the greatest pain is the greatest bliss, because that pain is also an expression of divine consciousness. Maybe we have glimpses of that, but mostly our lives are conditional, right? Our happiness is conditional on things working out the way we want them to. Our happiness is conditional of having the people around us who give us joy, not the people who make us irritated or angry. So most of us are still in conditionality. We set conditions for ourselves. And so imagine now a state where it's unconditional, that whatever comes my way, I still love you, God. Whether you throw me in the gutter, you put me in a palace, you make me sleep on the floor, or I have a comfortable mattress, it's all the same, because everything is you. So this is our goal, right? This is the spiritual goal, to be in that place of unconditional love, whatever happens in life. Let's go to a Rumi poem, because Rumi, he expressed devotion admirably. And all right, I assume you can see that. So then, because I can't see anything but what I'm seeing on my screen, so I'm assuming that this is visible to you. I'll read the poem. Not a moment goes by that you cease to be in my heart, which is what we're talking about now. There's no conditionality. Amongst all flowers, I only breathe your fragrance. So no matter what distractions there are, what delights there are in life, I only understand that everything comes from you, O Divine One. I am your prey, O precious lion, but rather than escape, I offer you my heart. This is beautiful. I am your prey, O ferocious lion, but rather than escape, I offer you my heart. I don't run away from circumstance. I don't run away from pain. I don't run away from everything you expect of me. Rather, in all circumstances, I offer my love. I offer my heart for you to consume. This is the ultimate sacrifice. One sacrifices for the well-being of all. Your light is hidden, but it has set this worldly garment on fire. I stand drinking the cool water you have given me and watch it burn. Your light is hidden, but it has set this worldly garment on fire. I'm burning in this devotional relationship with you. I stand drinking the cool water you have given me and watch it burn. So I give up my old life, right? My expectations, my likes, my dislikes, all of the conditions that have informed me, I give up. They burn because I'm delighting in the coolness of the water you have given me to drink. I'll read it one more time without any interruption. Not a moment goes by that you cease to be in my heart. Amongst all flowers, I only breathe your fragrance. I am your prey, O ferocious lion. But rather than escape, I offer you my heart. Your light is hidden, but it has set this worldly garment on fire. I stand drinking the cool water you have given me and watch it burn. All right, I hope you could see that. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, doesn't Rumi capture the essence of devotion so admirably? I mean, he must have been somebody in a devotional state of mind to be able to write such poetry to capture what we are trying to express in words right now. So poems like that should be kept at one's bedside and read again and again, because they capture the essence of something so sublime, so beautiful. So how do we become more devoted? If it's something so beautiful, if it's something so liberating, if it's something that is the pinnacle of human achievement, how do we become devoted? I think the simple answer is we have to give devotion to become devoted. If you want to buy bread, then one has to give something to buy bread. To get the bread, you have to pay for it. If the money stays in the pocket, you don't get the bread. Similarly, I think with devotion, one has to give devotion in order to gain devotion. Giving devotion means expressing unconditional love in all circumstances. So just as the Sangha was doing, he was going to heal the wounds of that wild dog. That's what we do. We go out into the world and we love as much as we can. One time I saw Mother Teresa talk in Japan, in Tokyo. And normally Japanese people don't express their emotions publicly. But when Mother Teresa spoke, it was unbelievably potent. I felt that it wasn't blood moving through her veins. It was love that was moving through her veins. And so it was just like love expressing itself through her. And people were crying. I saw tears rolling down Japanese cheeks. That was the power of the love within her words. My own guru one time, he came into the room and he sat down and he simply brought his palms together like this. And he looked around at everybody and there were these like waves of love coming off him. And we were just giggling. We didn't know what else to do. It was just amazing, to be showered with this love on that occasion. And so this is why I think that a spiritual path is an active path. It's a path in which one translates devotion, love, into action in every possible way. I volunteered with the Mother Teresa organization in Calcutta, and the sisters, they would serve, in this case, people who were mentally and physically disabled, and they would pray, and I would see them. If I joined them, they would stand around a picture of the Virgin Mary, singing beautiful chants to the Virgin Mary. And it was such a sweet expression of devotion. And one finds this throughout, right, human society, different ways that we human beings express our love for, let's call it God, but also we translate that love into selfless action in the world. So to get bread, one pays money. To gain devotion, one expresses devotion into the world. And one way, of course, as we're discussing, is to do service physically. And another way is to do service spiritually. One does spiritual practice in order to purify oneself, to feel the unconditional love of the universe itself more. So let's now come to practice. Well, looking at Bhavanam Kevalam from the perspective of devotion, Kevalam is that which the devotee seeks. It's the total immersion in the one. It's losing oneself in the one. We human beings yearn for togetherness, for love with another in this world. And this is the spiritual expression of that, to be lost in oneness with everything. And Baba is the sweetness that we feel inside that motivates us. When one does spiritual practice and one feels a sweetness, there's a yearning for more of that sweetness. One wants the infinite taste of that sweetness, the Kevalam. We still exist as individuals, and so the individual feels the sweetness that motivates to deepen the relationship with the infinite. So let's chant. Pavana Kevala Pavanam Kevalam 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 Abanam Kevala. Abanam Kevalam. Pavanam 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 Kevalam. Let's meditate. First of all, with the eyes closed, finding the breath and its soothing rhythm. If you could ask yourself the question, what is my essence? What am I at my core? Let the question lead you to your pure, essential nature. Pure, essential nature. Try to dissolve all of yourself into your pure, essential nature. And try to feel that this pure, essential nature is nothing but the essential nature of all existence expressing itself through you. What is the relationship between your essence and the universe's essence. What is the feeling between the two? With the exhalations, feel your essence merging into cosmic essence as an expression of pure love. On the inhalations, let cosmic essence merge into your essence as an expression of pure love. If you have a mantra, then feel free to use it now. If you're using Bhavanam Kevalam, on the inhalation Bhavanam, the universal essence merges in me with a sweetness. On the exhalation Kevalam, I lose myself with love in the infinite essence. And let's meditate in silence. with the eyes closed, let's have a final reflection. Can you embrace yourself with the unconditional love of a devotee? Can you hold all aspects of yourself with love? Can you embrace your daily life with the unconditional love of a devotee? Can you love all aspects of daily life? Can you embrace the entire human society with the unconditional love of a devotee? Let's return to the gentle rhythm of the breath. And with this breath and the life it represents, feeling our deep capacity as human beings to express that which is most beautiful. Loving devotion. And when ready, please slowly open your eyes. Oh, I see somebody said that you can't see the screen share. Okay, anyway, I read the poem, so hopefully it was clear from the reading. I think one thing that's important related to the last reflection is that obviously things need to change, but change has to start from love. And this is the challenge, right, that we have as human beings. And when we're in this higher layer of the mind, the Hiranmaya Kosha, and we are truly embodying love, then we can change through love and not anger or hate or reaction. So it's not that we are not wanting to change, it's that we need to approach change from a place of magnanimity in love. Well, there we are. This is, I guess, our lifetime's work to be in these subtle aspects of self as we explore today. But if there's any comments anybody would like to offer in the last few minutes, then please feel free. I should say that next week will be the last session in this series on the koshas. And after that, I'd like to have a session, well, a Zoom session where we maybe just meditate together and just discuss this whole process of going through. I think there'll be maybe 17 or something sessions that we've experienced together on the koshas. And then I'll probably take a bit of a break in June. But next week will be the last one of this series. So if there's nothing anybody would like to comment on, then we'll close for the day. And I wish everybody well in thinking of devotion as a practice, how to bring more devotion into one's daily life, even the very mundane aspects of life. I think we looked at this, right? Was it last week or the week before maybe? That how can I use my love to help other people grow? How can I use my love to help others grow? So this is devotion, applied devotion. All right, then. Namaskar to everybody and best wishes. Have a wonderful week and we'll meet again. Bye-bye.